study IELTS.
So tell us, what do you usually do in the morning?
Well, it's just a simple routine of a student in high school life. Like I just wake up early in the morning at 6 o'clock and then brush my teeth and get dressed and then go to school.
Do you like to wake up early though, or are you the sort of person who would rather sleep late?
To be honest, I'm forced to wake up early in the morning because I just don't want to be late for school. However, sometimes wake up early in the morning and enjoy the fresh air. It's pretty relaxing after start of your day.
Well, what would you do, let's say, if you could change your schedule? What would you change about it?
I would say that I'm pretty, satisfied with my schedule. Like my timetable at school is not so intense, and I'm not so crazy busy like my other fellows. So yeah, I have enough time to relax myself.
Do you think you're good at managing your time?
No, I don't. Like, to be honest, like I'm a bit lazy, and sometimes I have to struggle with my timetable. However, when I grow up, like I aware that I have to be more industrious and effective in life, so I try a lot to manage my timetable.
So what are you doing now to help you manage your time then?
Like maybe have a plan for my weekend, or I try to convince myself that I need to do my necessary things before I hang out with my friends or before I watch television with my family. Yeah, just convince yourself and put yourself together to be in a model.
Why?
Like, I think it's necessary, especially I'm in high school now and I'm ready, like I'm going to have a university entrance exam next year, so like I have to, I have to put myself into a model so that I can following it and be more effective in the next year, like just practice being punctual and have an effective lifestyle.
Nice.
Did you even notice it? Speaking part 1 has already begun 2 minutes ago. It was so smooth and it's just a warm-up questions, right? So we'll go right straight into part 2. Miss Angela, here is the question for you. And Thảo Nguyên, here's the writing pad and a pencil.
When I'd like you to describe a time you bought something from a street or outdoor market. You should say when was it, where was the market, what did you buy, and how you felt about it.
And so while Thảo Nguyên is taking notes, we will tell the audience a little bit if you have any tips for taking notes before you start a speaking test.
If it's a topic that you're really familiar with, then perhaps you can just think about it, imagine. But if you really need the cues, then perhaps what you can do is make sure you highlight the questions and you can start noting down some words that you'd like to use. I think that would be best.
And that was 30 seconds for Thảo Nguyên to write up your notes. We'll go straight into part 2. I'll leave this space for you to really do the test. We'll do it on the go, and I'll be the timekeeper for you. I'll meet you when part 2 is ended. All right, and enjoy yourself.
All right.
So yeah, frankly speaking, I've always been fond of those unique or interest stones in the street or in the market. Well, on that holiday, I mean on Lunar New Year, it is my family's tradition to visit takse Nguyễn Huệ Flower Street Market. Yeah, and once while I was indulging in the hustle and bustle of the spring atmosphere, there were some little things on the side of the street that caught my eye. So I decided to ask my parents whether I could buy one. And it was takse, an affordable traditional Vietnamese toy, and it is pretty prevalent on Tết or Mid-Autumn holidays. They are usually small figures, a famous character from the cartoons or Vietnamese fairy tales. In addition, I was lucky enough to witness the way the artist created my own distinctive takse, and it was a pig. Well, since I was just knee-high to the grasshopper at that time, hair was such an attention-grabbing thing to me. And until now, whenever I come across this toy on the street, I always spend some of my allowance on it. Like, it doesn't, not only I'm still bewitched to this toy, but it also reminds me of my delightful childhood.
Thank you. That's really nice. So would you say that street markets are still quite common in Vietnam?
Like in this nowadays, I think that street markets are still really popular in Vietnam, and I would say that they are ubiquitous. Like every region in Vietnam always has their local market. And yeah, I think that Vietnamese people enjoy going there for their food or their domestic things.
Do you think it's going to disappear in a few years' time, though?
No, I don't think so. Like, I believe that the street markets have become the Asian beautiful tradition, and there are numerous remote areas in Vietnam. So I think it will take them quite a lot of time to be updated with the modern facilities such as supermarkets. So yeah, it will not disappear in a few years' time.
But thinking about, let's say, shopping habits, do you think that shopping habits have changed, or are they still the same if you compare it to the past?
Well, I hold the conviction that the shopping habits of people in this day and age have been changed, mostly due to the advanced technology. Like, it is the trend nowadays that people shopping online, and some of the online shopping applications such as Tiki or Shopee has been too popular here in Vietnam, and because it's more convenient and people don't have to spend so much time browsing from shops to shops on the street to have their best choices for the clothes or the stuff.
All right, that was a speaking test right there for you, all three parts. Thảo Nguyên and Ms. Angela, do you have any comments for her?
You know what? I found that same as part one, you really have this manner of just telling a story, okay? And that's something that, like I said earlier, it's something that you shouldn't lose. Just because you're faced with a new person and you're thinking, oh no, they're gonna be judging my English. I think you should think about that, well, this is the topic that I was given. I do know what I want to say about it. So I think you used some really good vocabulary words right there. You used some idiomatic expressions, but you didn't use too much. So I think that's great, because it sounds like you're just chatting with me. And I think that's awesome.
Thank you so much.
It's very interesting, right, when you take the test on the go, because then you see that English and IELTS is very much close to you in daily lives, and it's practical. And this is like also the spirit that we want to deliver through the seasons of IELTS Face Off, where you can immerse yourself in an environment of English, of IELTS, and that's where you learn and you truly grow and practice it if you really embrace it into your daily lives. And that is also the journey for today. We're very happy to have Thảo Nguyên and Ms. Angela. Thank you, all expert in Voice of the Week on the Go.
Now it's time to study IELTS.